What's up everyone, it's Rinku and I have another episode of the Korean Patch Notes Weekly. So this time around I'm actually going to show you guys the cash shop first and then the patch notes, and I also want to say, yes, I realize I'm 2 weeks behind. I'm actually covering the patch notes of April 27th today, and I think the following week there were no patch notes, it was just a maintenance. So I'm kind of showing you like 2 weeks ago, and then by the time this gets uploaded there'll definitely be even more patch notes and another update, so pretty much expect another Korean patch notes like a day or two after this one. I'm just going to quickly show off the cash shop, get some sleep, and then get ready to do pretty much 2 episodes in one day. So with that, let's get into the cash shop of the Korean servers, of course. Alright, so I clicked the striker outfit really quickly, but we've all seen this, it looks badass as well. But the new stuff, they completely revamped the original exclusive pre-order only armor for every single class and made it a buyable outfit. So if you guys didn't know, this was based off the shootout outfit, the outfits that were basically like only from the pre-order from the original game release. I'm not sure if it was the same exact thing for the Korean servers, but I would assume it was like similar. But these you can actually just straight up buy, and they're a total revamp of the set, and hopefully they learned from their mistakes and made everything on the set dyeable, because everyone knows that you can't really dye the stripes or the weird like hexagon, octagon, I don't know, whatever it is. So hopefully these are like entirely dyeable and they look really nice. So there's a lot of classes and you can't even show their awakening weapon under hot and new for whatever reason. The option is just not there. So we're literally gonna have to go into these armor sets, and if I can click the right tab, there we go. We're gonna have to look at every single class. So I guess let's just go down the list from top to bottom. So we have this class, the Dark Knight. This is the most hyped up class. Just look at the sword first of all before we even go into Awakening. I mean, this is the Dark Knight. This is like my class, to be honest. But that sword, it just looks so nice. The armor sets are pretty much all the same, but they look very, very nice on all the classes. It's just a really good armor set. Now this Awakening is kind of interesting. This is the Dark Knight Awakening with the floating swords, but these swords don't spin. I'm not sure if that's intentional or not, but they just stay there. It's kind of creepy, and it's also weird how they're like automatically dyed white. I'm not sure if it's intentional. They kind of look off like they deserve color. I'm not sure, but it definitely looks cool nonetheless. So going on to the other classes, very cool. We got Ninja here with all the swords. Very cool stuff. Alright, so we have the Kunoichi looking awesome, but then the Awakening, holy shit, that ring. Like, damn. Alright, continuing on. We have the Witch, very cool. Now I've been waiting to see this. The Awakening for the Witch. Very nice. And they did not forget the Wizard this time. He is here outfitted, looking like a badass, and now his Awakening weapons. Those effects on those balls actually look very, very nice. Specifically like the fire just looks crazy looking. Oh man. And the effects on the water when you move it, that looks so fucking cool. And Meiwa, I don't know what that sound in the background is. Hold up. What the fuck? What the fuck is that creepy ass sound? Is that all this like animal? Look at that. What the fuck? He's like literally just vibrating bass out of him. I don't even understand. Let's go back into the cash shop. I'm sorry about that. Okay, so back to Meiwa. Now we're gonna keep going down. We have good old Valkyrie. That's an interesting shield actually. I see they like keep the white theme for most of the stuff. But the Awakening weapon, I've never seen this until just now. That's crazy looking. Specifically the lance. That looks really cool. And the shield is all like chained up. That's pretty cool, honestly. That's really interesting. Alright, so going on, we have the Musa. Let's see what his actual weapon looks like. And there it is. Very cool. Next up, Tamer. And that staff, ooh. The detail and design on the staff is actually really cool compared to most staffs. I feel like most Tamer staffs are pretty bland, but that actually gives it some style, you know? Like, you would notice those like ribbons if you were to attack, I guess. Oh god, Berserker. Damn. Those are some elegant looking axes. Being Berserkers ever in that cannon. I mean, they're all just Mega Man cannons, so whichever one you prefer. Next up, Sorceress. Ooh, okay. Alright. Awakening weapon. Boom. Very nice. Looks cool. I feel like a lot of her awakening weapons look similar, but I don't know if any of them have quite the style. It looks really nice, actually. We have Ranger. Very nice bow. Looks clean. And those are her weapons. Very cool, very cool. Moving on, we got the warrior with the bigger shield. Man, I wish they both had like gigantic Valk shields, like outside of Awakening, but they get these like puny little shields. So that's his sword and shield, and his two-hand sword. Got the chains going, got everything going. Looks pretty cool. Two more. We got the striker. He's finally included. He finally has his own armor sets, and he looks pretty badass. Awakening weapon. Not so much. Not out yet. So maybe someday they'll have an awakening weapon for this. Maybe they'll just never have an awakening weapon for the set. I don't know. But the hope's always there. So that is all the classes. I believe that's all that's new for the cash shop. So I just really want to show off all of those. And now I'm going to go get some sleep and finish the rest of the episode when I wake up. As well as preparing for the next set of patch notes. So that is that. And you guys can see I have not leveled at all. I definitely need to go back and grind a lot more in this character. Really enjoyed the Korea server. I need to spend, for sure, some time this week getting that up to 50 to 56 and doing more stuff here. Actually learning from these patch notes, because right now I'm just like reading them off and like assuming they're all true, etc. But hopefully we can start doing like some of these patch note updates in the Korean version, like on my account. Hopefully I can get to that point where we can actually like participate in some of these new bosses and PvP servers, etc. I mean, it's not practical to do it on my Korean server account, but we might get there. So on to the patch notes. Alright, good morning everyone. It is officially the next day. These are April 27th patch notes by, you guessed it, Lucky Fennec. Thanks for keeping out the patch notes, of course. I'm sorry again, I'm 2 weeks late, but for the 27th, these were the patch notes. So they have some events, we're not going to get into that. They have some class changes, we're not going to get into that. But I do want to point out they did fix a lot of things with strikers. So of course, like new classes unreleased are gonna have bug fixes and changes. So they just like fixed a bunch of issues with them pretty much immediately, I would assume. So I'll let you guys look at all of that for a second. But going down here, there's definitely a few changes. So the first thing I noticed was that there's a new accessory called Valtara's Hidden Light Belt. It adds 5 AP. I don't know if that's all it adds at the beginning, but that's what its basic stat is. It increases 3 AP and 25 HP on every successful enhancement. So it's going to be pretty huge. It depends on how you get it, how much it's going to lock it at the marketplace, all that stuff. But I mean, that's what it does. You guys can do the math. It's a pretty decent accessory. So continuing on, that's my cap out of the way if you hear him. Continuing on, some of Zarka, Lord of Corruption's attacks have been changed, and a new wide area attack has been added. There's also been an increase of Blackstone drops. He also has a tag on the maps calling him a world boss. He just has a whole amount of changes, just Zarka himself. Alright, so going into quest changes, now there's something I really overlooked, and we'll be going over this in a second, but the entire Altar of Training game guide, there's a new entire like sub game in this game, and it's actually like end game content. It actually literally requires a little 58 100 energy, I believe, to even accept the quest, and it just looks all around good. So before we even get into all that stuff, I have a tab. We're gonna get into that after the very end, because it looks very cool, and I'm just gonna give you guys a brief summary because I can't even comprehend the entire post. But they added a lot of quests here. They added some daily and weekly for this event, this game. They also added new hunting dailies, which is huge. I really want to hunt more things, so that's awesome. I also read somewhere in this patch notes that there is a fix on hunting black bears, and I don't even think we have the ability to hunt black bears in our version, so that must have came out without me knowing in the Korea. And also there's still more stuff. So there's UI and system changes. You can now view the horse market on the world map. I think that's pretty awesome. I like never even check the horse market anymore because I have to go to a designated spot, and I have a maid for my other marketplace needs. I'm sure they don't have a horse maid yet, but I mean, maybe someday we can buy horses from range. I doubt it, but you can also use switch between chats between an assigned shortcut key. And one of the biggest things before that, adjust effects transparency setting. I always love making more things transparent, changing UI. UI in this game is pretty stuck sometimes, but they finally have done it. They finally adjusted the combat screen intensive effects, aka the shaking, aka the flickering, everything that's intensive. So basically, this control controls the instant flashes and colors during battle. So anything that the critical hits, the flashing, shaking, anything that wasn't being able to turn off before, even through the shaking options and the color options, they now have advanced controls for every single thing. Hopefully this fixes everyone's problem, because people have been complaining about this literally since release. Ever since the game launched, people were like, how do I turn this off? I don't know if I can play with constant seizure effects. And yeah, I don't know why it took them so damn long, but they finally have done it. So I guess in my upcoming Korean videos, I can show that off in game. I have to figure out what option that is, because I have not even enabled it yet. But we'll have to see if it really does hide everything, or if it still shows some flickering, or I don't know. Hopefully it just turns off everything like everyone wants to, and that'd be really cool. So the moment you guys have all been waiting for, the Altar of Training game guide. There's an entire tab, an entire post on the wiki. This is Google translated on the top right of my screen, which you guys can't see, but I did click the button. There's a new boss, holy shit. So this is a whole real deal, and this is a new item. This was the item I was talking about. It has a different translation over here, but Batala's Hidden Light Waistband. Batala, of course, is the Google translated, and the other name was probably I don't know. It was probably better sounding, more like what it's actually going to be. But whatever the name is, this is basically the new best in slot belt. And if it actually gives 25 HP every single enchant, that would make it best in slot, I think. For AP, it would make it slightly better than Basilisk, because it would have that extra stat on Basilisk. It still has the 80 weight, and the 5 AP, and the 3 AP every upgrade, so I'm pretty sure this would be a best in slot, and would definitely replace anything that was AP. Unless you're building something else, this would probably be the best in slot, which is amazing that they're doing this. And it's a quest reward. You can actually get it from the weekly. So basically there's a tutorial, there's a daily, and there's a weekly. And what you're doing is you're defending a territory. So there is a map right here. It looks like this is maybe the first place, if the only place at the start to go to, but in these mountains you can pretty much go and start a quest to defend this pillar floating stone thing. They also have the rewards. So from the introduction you get common experience and black stones. From the book of training, which is the daily, you can get black stones and forest wrath. I'm not sure what that is, to be honest. You can get hunter seals as well. And for the weekly, you can get the belt, awakening material box, black stones, seal of hunter, forest wrath, metal, scattered light. So there's scattered light of Baltar as well. I'm not even sure what all these things are, but this actually does require level 58. It said somewhere after accepting the quest, talked and consume 100 energy, and I think this is talking about the daily. So these are things that high level players are actually going to be doing, which is exciting. We don't have that much stuff to do, so very cool stuff. There is my dog. I will be right back one more time. Alright everyone, I hope you enjoyed. I really do. I'm sorry this was put out so late, but I have 2 more patch notes videos to make in the next 24 hours, so be hyped for that. And then I finally have time to make some other BDO videos. So I have one already made that'll be coming out pretty much after the patch notes roll out, and then I have a few other ideas I want to do over the weekend. So hopefully I'll have a decent amount of stuff to put on my channel, and of course I'll be live streaming. I've pretty much started live streaming as often as I possibly can. So when I'm not making videos, if I'm playing BDO at all for a long period of time, or I'm going for something huge like level 61, I will be doing eventually my Dark Knight. I may even stream this guy, the Striker, I don't know. It might be kind of laggy, but, and also not translated, but we could also like just live stream the striker and just see how far we can get. I have not spent any time on this character or in the Korean server. I feel bad, but I've been really focusing on the North America server, so that's kind of why I'm still level 31 on this character. And this is kind of like just an update, just because this video is so late. I'm sure people that watching are only like fans of me, because anyone else would have already looked this up 2 weeks ago. So with that in mind, thanks again, thanks all for your support so much, and I'll actually have the next patch notes on time when the patch comes out later today. Thank you.